Yo, what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family, back once more with another daily Kaspa crypto live stream. As you can see from the title for today's stream, we have another tier 1 listing that has finally started to offer Kaspa. It's not in the exact sense we'd want, it's not a spot listing, but still more exposure is coming to Kaspa, and this is a stepping stone towards an inevitable spot listing as well. Looks like exchanges are starting to ramp up their adoption, or more so their radar, their recognition of Kaspa should result in listings very soon, which will result in a FOMO candle like no other, especially to get the likes of Binance and Coinbase listing this project. We have seen some posts recently which suggest that Kaspa's manipulation, Kaspa's price and its downwards trend since August 1st, 2024 has actually mainly been a result of Binance, because Binance futures was actually released at the top here, and this way that Binance can therefore short the price of Kaspa and then buy the dips as a spot buy. So this could also be a potentially good reason as to why Kaspa's price has come down so far. So by logic, therefore, once Binance have enough Kaspa, they would then list the project, and that will send its price above all-time highs and then some. All of that and more to get into today's stream. We've got some other interesting fundamental points as well regarding a very big document actually from Morgan Stanley, which showcases that more TradFi is starting to allocate into crypto, diversify, and get a multi-asset portfolio. That being said, family, if you enjoy the content, be trying to do this stuff daily, leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more, turn on that post notification bell so you do not miss out on any time that I am going live. And if you want to find out more, be more locked in, having some premium insights, then check out the VIP warp.com/coin factory. Provide a lot more information in there. You can level up your trading game and understanding of crypto, maximize what you can make in this space. 7-day free trial as well. All links down below in the description. That being said, welcome back to the stream, everybody. Hope you're doing very well. We've got Zied. Hi, all. Another day, another first. Welcome back, brother. Hope you're doing very well. Mr. Miles just catching out there, but either way, welcome back, bro. Hope you're doing very well. What's up, Greg, my man? Hope you're doing very well, my man. Took another few days of camping, but I'm back. Hope all is well. Great to have you back, man. Hopefully you enjoyed your time out. Enjoying nature, touching some grass. I think everyone needs to do that every now and then. I'll be honest, I've never camped in my life. I want to. I probably will do one day, but it's not something I've actually experienced. But I'm sure it'll be quite a unique and surreal experience for my first time. So I'll definitely plan to do that one day. But it sounds like a great time, honestly. Welcome back, Kryptoni, bro. You're doing very well. You're on a trip. Damn straight. Welcome back, Octoplus, man. You're doing very well. And you too, Michael. What's up, my man? Antonio, ahoy to you too. And Wing Hong again. Just placed another order to buy Kaspa. Great stuff, brother. Keep stacking that bag. We moon yet? Not yet. We're seeing a bit of a pullback today. And from what I gather from the sources, there's no real definitive reason as for why. I imagine it just because, again, after Bitcoin broke above its all-time high, there was a sentiment of we see a massive blow off top and a massive, run upwards. And as it stands right now, Bitcoin, while making higher highs the last 2 or 3 days, has not really been explosive enough. So apologies, the longs, and the buying pressure end up getting exhausted, so therefore we're coming back down a little bit today. Still 120, quite a big candle down today, actually 2.55%, quite a big one for Bitcoin, hence why the markets across the board are very red. But I'm sure that Bitcoin again will find support probably around the, I think again for me, based on what we saw last week, I'd like to believe that at the very worst case scenario, this was the bottom for Bitcoin. I think the confirmation now is more or less here. That was the bottom for Bitcoin here at 109,000 pretty much. So we may see it come down a bit more so, but I don't think we come down further than this here. And I still am in the impression right now with the ongoing government shutdown that will still be going a lot higher as well. So with that being said, our first post here comes from the Watcher Guru in response to Jamie Dimon's JP Morgan Chase. CEO Jamie Dimon says that the US government shutdown will not hurt financial markets. And in all honesty, he's not wrong. If you look at the market chart right now and you look at what's currently happening, you can see that markets across the board have actually reacted very well to the government shutdown. It's been exactly 1 week. Stock market in that 1 week time frame from the 1st of October has come up significantly for the stock market. The money supply has been going up higher and higher, making all-time highs. Gold just short of that $4,000 per ounce. In fact, there was a post here that suggested that Bitcoin actually did reach 4,000 for the first time in history, which is an insane feat, and again a true testament to the fact that, again, dollars falling off, fiat's going off, Gold is a safe haven, and that's also why crypto has been following in suit as well, despite Bitcoin's current price action today. From the 1st of October, we're looking at roughly a 113k Bitcoin going all the way up to 126. We saw a 10% rise, 11% rise in Bitcoin over the past week. We're now down a little bit, so we're only up 7%. But even then, government shutdown, JP Morgan's right, Jamie Dimon's right, does not hurt financial markets. If anything, it's good for it. And we know why, because the Fed historically behaved very, very dovish after that. In fact, one of the Fed meetings and speeches we heard, if anyone's been paying attention to them, one of the Fed officials suggested that we need a 50 basis point cut with the current climate. If that happens or not, we'll have to wait and see. We hear that quite frequently, but we have now started seeing, as you look at CME, which I'm now trying to load up on my other monitor, look at CME, the Fed Watch tool. You can see right now the chance of a 50 basis point rate cut still not really there, but I did see a few days ago it did just creep in a little bit. We'll have to wait and see. I think the sentiment from the Fed is definitely turning more dovish now. And we can see what we saw last week was very, very good. Crypto funds saw a record $5.95 billion in net inflows last week. This surpassed the previous record by over $1 billion. So we have made history, and again, a true testament to the fact that we are now in this fourth quarter, more so in this significant rally is going to start taking place right now with where we're currently at. We're just getting started. We can see the previous record was held right here, which is just short of 5 billion. We now just went short of 6 billion in 1 week. I think we surpassed that quite comfortably in the coming weeks to follow as well. Investors poured the most capital into Bitcoin funds, no surprise there, the safe haven of crypto, the biggest asset, at $3.55 billion, followed by the $1.48 billion into Ethereum, which equally is still quite big, just under half of Bitcoin. And we haven't got the other ETF filings for XRP, Solana, Cardano, ADA, Polkadot, AVAX, all the rest is going to be coming through once the government shutdown has ended, and the SEC therefore have the manpower again to start approving the filings. Year to date, Ethereum has now seen a record $13.7 billion in inflows, nearly triple last year's total. Solana and XRP also posted record inflows last week at 706 million and 219 million respectively, so XRP got less, understandably. Investor demand and for crypto has never been stronger, and we are still just at the beginning. Gold again rallying up right now. We can see furthermore. This for me is a bit of a leading post here. This is going to be a video that I play in a short moment, which is again the European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde, where she's quite a dated interview in my belief, but she talks about how again there's no underlying value to Bitcoin, which in a sense she's right, because Bitcoin is not scalable, therefore it has store value capabilities, but without any use case, eventually it's going to fall off in the future. But the takeaway from this is that while Christine Lagarde and Europe seem to be very bearish on Bitcoin, the euro, fiat, has lost 40% of its purchasing power in the last 20 years, pretty much since Bitcoin's inception. So when Bitcoin's been, born, since Bitcoin's inception, and you see Bitcoin into how much percentile gain it's made since its lifespan, we're looking at, I'm not even going to try and guess how much that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're looking at almost 200 million % gain in Bitcoin since its launch. And Euro's come down 40%. Again, a testament to the fact that fiat's falling off and crypto's taking over, and Bitcoin is just a stepping stone into everything else that we believe will do well in this space. So listen very closely here to this clip from Christine Lagarde.
It's the final answer, right?
So can Bitcoin be like a digital form of gold?
Okay.
No.
That's the final answer, right?
Yeah.
Shall we leave it?
I hesitate to say that, but I say it because I have no fear, because I know that the social media tonight and tomorrow is going to hit me like crazy, because that's the community that they form, and that's the belief that they have, and that's the confidence that they generate amongst themselves. But I still am of the view that there is no intrinsic value and there is no underlying value to it, which doesn't mean to say that there is no hype created as a result, that some can associate with a value, meaning a price, which then moves up and down depending on what happens, who is
So,
and again, I don't particularly agree with Christine Lagarde in any capacity. I do think that she is definitely one of the more villainous leaders in the world, if I even can say that, I don't know. But where she has a point in regards to the fact that Bitcoin's intrinsic, Bitcoin's a proof of work, you're going to mine it. But Bitcoin because Bitcoin it's too slow. I do tend to agree that has no real underlying value, or at least that value is going to fall off. Now, you may see Bitcoin still rally from here on out. I definitely think it's going to happen as well. But I do think that with other alternative assets, again, namely Kaspa, continuing to garner more attention, the fact that, again, we saw just yesterday 158 million transactions in one day compared to Bitcoin's 160 million in 1 year. Once it becomes a more reoccurring theme with more adoption and more eyes on Kaspa's radar, you'll see that intrinsic value of Bitcoin probably start to fall off and start shifting towards Kaspa instead. And Kaspa does have intrinsic value because it can handle transactions at scale. And we're still early on in Kaspa as well. Som Polinsky said we are 1/3, 1 out of 3 stages complete with Kaspa right now. In saying that, Bitcoin's still going to get more adoption. I'm not worried about that. And we can see here, Senator Cynthia Lummis says purchases of a strategic Bitcoin reserve could start anytime, which is, again, good stuff to hear. We'll see Bitcoin go up more and more and more. We are seeing from some Wall Street experts, like Tom Lee, for example, Fundstrat co-founder, who believes that 250k Bitcoin is possible by the end of the month, end of the year. We'll have to wait and see, but we are definitely seeing more investment sentiment regarding crypto. And this is one of the big documents that actually I want to talk about in today's stream as well. This is a special report from Morgan Stanley GIC standing for Global Investment Committee. At the beginning of the month, they published this report here talking about asset allocation considerations for cryptocurrencies. Talk about how crypto has been growing more and more, it's maturing more and more, and they're now seeing an increasing possibility to allocate into this emerging asset class in a multi-asset portfolio. So they're seeing it as we only be holding, our stocks, our bonds, whatever it may be. Now we need to get into crypto because there's so much to offer in it. While it's still speculative, when you've got the support of the regulators coming out and Trump's administration and Congress supporting crypto, not getting involved would be unwise. So Morgan Stanley's Global Investment Committee are now basically advising their clients, which their clients guide 16,000 advisors managing $2 trillion in savings and wealth for clients. They're telling them, allocate your portfolio into crypto. Only 2% or 4%, like not too much right now, but that's the initial allocation. And believe me, of course, not financial advice, and I have no proof of this, but I can say with what I've been seeing in this space and the sources I do provide to my VIPs, the sort of acceleration we're seeing right now, this 4% is going to easily increase over the coming year, maybe even 2 years, actually probably even a few months, if I'm honest. It's going to increase very, very quickly. If you want to find out more information, again, ahead of time, this alpha documentation I'm talking about, check out the VIP, again, links down below in the description and on my homepage as well. But that being said, yes, we've got some more sources to get into in today's stream. Before we do, though, again, let's get to some more questions. First and foremost, circling back into Anthony. I hope you're well, my man. Can't see Binance listing Kaspa until after the DAG night. Hard fork, why would you bother listing then to have a hard fork upgrade? You say that, but there were other, think about why would, Kraken did it. Kraken did it as well. Kraken knew 10 BPS was coming out. They didn't know exactly, well, Kraken listed in November, which is when Kaspa announced. I think Kaspa announced their long month process of migrating to the hard fork around then, and that came out in May. But Kraken did it, and then it migrated over. As long as the process of doing so is easy, they would do it. I understand the sentiment, Anthony. I'm not saying you're wrong per se, but I'm not saying that it's a definitive reason either, because I think it's a possibility that if the market's starting to rally and there's money to be made, Binance will be like, oh, we can't miss out, we'll list. And then when DAG night, because we haven't got a confirmed deadline for DAG night, are they going to wait, what could be maybe 7 months, maybe even longer? We don't know how long it's going to be. We have speculation to say it's going to be Q2 2026, but it could be longer. These things take time. They're reinventing the wheel, so we have no ideas. So it's not a bad sentiment. I'm not against the possibility of that. Maybe you're right. But I do think, again, it's possible they could do it earlier, again, if the market sentiment shifts. We can see right now Kaspa's currently down 3.78% on the daily time frame. Again, still trading within that zone here. We saw that back here. April after Liberation Day, we saw it here. Late June, early July. 2 weeks consolidation here, and we're seeing it once more. We saw an attempt of a breakout earlier at the beginning of October. It did not come to fruition, and now we're just trading again between this zone, between 8 cents and 7.4. And again, with Bitcoin and how it's acting right now, while we're seeing a correction right now, if Bitcoin holds in a similar sort of momentum strength, I would therefore expect Kaspa to continue consolidating and then eventually break above and pushing up in value as well. Especially because there are more stuff coming out to Kaspa, which we'll get into in a very short moment, like listings. Welcome back, GF Baby Dabby, hope you're doing very, very well. Big Cos Wallop in the house, welcome back, my man. Buffalo Theory, yo to you too, my man. I've never been camping. What is such a solid Psyche Reset, highly recommend, do it. I have full intention to do so in the future, I just haven't done it yet. I do intend to do so though. I do think it'd be quite fun. I will be on the check-in post. You're doing very, very well, man. Welcome back to the stream, my man. And you too, Gosu. What's up to you, brother? My portfolio is heavy Kaspa. I worry a couple doesn't make it. I'll be ruined. It's an understandable worry. You know, again, even Kaspa Silva did make the post about how fundamentally Kaspa's improving more and more and more, but it does not reflect the price. And even now, for the first time, he's starting to get a little bit frustrated by the price of Kaspa. That's understandable. I get that completely. All I can say to that is, again, if you are struggling, you got to do what you got to do. Trade at your own discretion. I'm not a financial advisor. Me, myself, I am not too worried about Kaspa. Despite my portfolio in Kaspa being heavy as well and being down, the money I've got in Kaspa is not money that if God forbid, touch wood, Kaspa does go to zero somehow, the money I have in Kaspa is not money that I need. You know, it definitely gives me financial freedom and, you know, wealth that I'm waiting for and hoping for, but it's excess capital that I don't need this at the moment in time. So that's also one reason why I can remain logical and not emotional, because I'm not over-invested. That's what a lot of people do. They over-invest and therefore they can't detach emotions from their trading strategies, and that makes it hard for them. I understand the sentiment Wing Hong though, but I do still believe that Kaspa will be fine. Again, not financial advice. You should wait and see. If you can't hold on to it, it's perfectly fine. You've got to then diversify out. Camping is so important, Jay. You have to go camping, bruv. It's cheap therapy that actually works. I plan to. I definitely plan to. Although it does mean that I think what I'd probably do, if I could, if I was to go camping, I would probably end up trying to do some form of like short live stream on my phone or something like that, just giving some generic updates about what I've seen in the space. I do want to continue going live every day. I do thoroughly enjoy doing so. That for me is also kind of my therapy, not just me talking to all of you here, but also gets my thoughts out about what's happening in the market right now. So it's kind of me also using you all as my therapists. But camping, yeah, something I do plan to do. I do plan to do. Maybe when Kaspa's made its gains and I had a bit of a down, when the bear market finally comes through, I have a week where I'm kind of like, you know what, a week off before I get back to the grind again, you know? Nick said that Binance is coming on Friday. Yeah. Nice try, Bizzle Bizzle. Nice try. But I have not seen anything about that. And I also don't believe that, but I'd love to be proven wrong. Isn't camping dangerous? I mean, it depends on the region you're in and depending on also how much experience you have. You know, if you have experience in camping and know, you know, what you can and can't eat out there, you know, how to connect fire with that sort of stuff, then it's fine. In terms of serial killers, and again, it depends on the region you're in. You know, some areas of the world, UK is probably not too bad for that sort of stuff. Other regions of the world, it might be worse. You never know. Again, I have not tried it, so I'm not so sure. What tier 1 listed Kaspa? Good question, all money in. So let's get into the actual Kaspa content now before we get to all the questions right now. So we can see here, talking about listings before we get into the main post, as you mentioned, all money in, the main question. We're seeing right now exchanges across the board suspend Kaspa, and it's due to the API again, because Kaspa does so many transactions. They realize they cannot keep up with Kaspa, they cannot handle it. So a lot of them, MEXC, they suspended Kaspa for infinite time. Even BitGet have now made a post talking about how they've now suspended withdrawals from Kaspa right now because of the network. Of course, the what you call it, the stress test is no longer ongoing. Transactions right now are back down to the usual, you know, between 5 to 20. But that stress test alone was enough to showcase to people, to the exchanges, to the layer 2s, to everybody that Kaspa is it's very, very quick, it's very, very good, but it cannot, but these other platforms cannot handle it. So they need to improve their APIs, their RBS systems. Again, there's stuff being figured out regarding how to do that and how to work around it. We can see it also got the max TPS here, courtesy of CashFi, put up here as well. Highest TPS observed in any 10-second window. So that's also very cool, seeing the milestones made for Kaspa as well, which is very impressive stuff. We're seeing multiple exchanges starting to suspend Kaspa right now. But we are seeing, again, talks about other exchanges starting to make their moves. We had seen this post already, which again is in Korean, so I'm not going to play it because maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think anybody here speaks Korean. I mean, either way, this post, I'll link it in my free community. So again, if you want to join the free community, link down below in the description on my homepage as well. But we can see in this post here that basically it's Justin Sun, CEO of HTX Global, Huobi Global, basically being endorsed about Kaspa, about the possibility of listing Kaspa, which Nicholas Sisnell here, who is the ex-head of research, listing research for Binance US, who now works for Cas Media, then first to be HTX Global, then it'll be OKX, and then Binance and Kaspa will overtake the entire Asian market. And I think that'll happen as well. I think once one lists, at the current sentiment we're at the market, I think once one list, especially if it's Binance first somehow, the rest will follow in suit very, very quickly. Nicholas Sisnell gives a timestamp here as well, which he says, thanks for everyone's votes. I made it to the final. Kaspa, our coin is called Kaspa. And then Huobi Smart Contracts. Now we're cooking hard to get a spot listing. So there you go. Nicholas Sisnell giving the rundown, the translation here as well. Kaspa, or a representative of Kaspa, getting to the final. Talking Justin Sun, basically just saying our coin is Kaspa. We're going to get spot listing on the exchange. That's really, really good stuff. But that's not the post I'm talking about. The post comes from this video here from KE Crypto. Shout out to it was Jax who posted this in my community, my free community. Again, if you want to find out more, free of charge, no strings attached, check out the free community. You can learn a lot more about crypto and Kaspa and find out these sources ahead of time as well. But in this video here, he basically talks about how you can actually buy Kaspa on crypto.com right now with a credit card. So you actually can do it already. You just can't spot trade it yet. Listen very closely here to this video.
And this is what the original tweet about it looks like. Currently, buying and selling on crypto.com with CAS is available. So this buying and selling with a credit card. But CAS is not yet tradable. That means right now you could use their simple buy function to buy and sell CAS. And here, for example, this is his personal currency. But of course, you can also select euros or dollars, as you can see here, and use them to buy CAS. That works on crypto.com, but, and this is very important, it's still not tradable yet.
So that is, for me, quite a big update. I believe there has been a case in the future with a prior exchange that did the same thing, where you could buy on the platform, but you couldn't actually trade it yet. But this is a stepping stone process. Crypto.com have done this to eventually lead into having the ability to actually spot list Kaspa. Of course, not everyone wants to do it that way and buy on a credit card, but either way, you see crypto.com is down here with 4.1 billion 24-hour trading volume. Not that many weekly visits compared to other exchanges, just short of 1 million, but it's still quite a notable tier 1 exchange. It's kind of seen as the counterpart to Kraken and also has ties to the likes of Binance as well. There's a lot of theories about it, but you're now hearing HTX working hard to get a listing for Kaspa as well, and crypto.com actually does allow you to buy Kaspa on their platform. You just can't trade it yet, so you can't do much with it. You can just buy and hold it on the platform. But that does mean we've got another tier 1 for Kaspa, and also is a definitive proof therefore that we'll start seeing this correlate into a tier 1 trade spot Kaspa spot trading pair on crypto.com probably in the coming, I'd like to say coming months. That's speculative. I haven't got a confirmation date on that, but we're seeing the market start to accelerate today. Yes, not much today, but we've seen Bitcoin make all-time highs last week, reoccurring. We're seeing a pullback today. You might see it continue for a day or two, and then you'll see Bitcoin probably continue in that momentum, in that desired goal to catch back up to the M2 money supply, which suggests Bitcoin should be valued a lot higher than it is right now. Probably align it around here. So Bitcoin should be catching back up to 150, 160k in the coming, days, weeks, so to speak, if the government shutdown continues as well, as Jimmy Dimon's highlighting here, why it's good for the markets. So if that happens, of course, all alts, everything will rally. And then, of course, when Bitcoin dominance properly falls off, then you'll see alts rally even more parabolic as well, with ETF finance coming out also be a big factor to it. Kaspa again, currently down 3.31%, not doing great today. But when you're knowing that these tier 1s are, it's one thing hearing speculation about them talking, like you're seeing Binance talking to Kaspa for years now, Coinbase, same thing, OKX, same thing. And now you're hearing HTX more recently, which is good, but that's still just like they're talking. Great, they're talking. We want to see a listing. This here is proof that crypto.com, or at least proof here seemingly, that crypto.com, you can buy Kaspa on their platform. Apparently you can buy Kaspa on their platform, and that'll constitute to a trading pair later on. So I mean, that is good. Again, I'm going to highlight if that is true. I haven't double checked crypto.com exchange myself. I'm purely getting it off this video. You can see it's not tradable yet, but that should be able to buy it with a credit card on their platform, which is again a stepping stone towards a spot listing on their exchange for Kaspa, which would be a very big deal. And before I get to the questions real quickly, I've got I've got a few more posts actually, but I want to highlight this post quickly before I get to questions. Again, we're seeing some more positive developments for Kaspa right now, with Tangem also hinting at Kasplex ZK EVM layer 2 integration and possibly much more to come. We can see here, look like a blast. Kaspa is fortunate to have Tangem as a reliable cold wallet. Do you plan to integrate Kasplex? This is a smart contract layer 2 on Kaspa. Oh, trust us, we have lots of plans. We'll keep you updated. Stay in touch. So Tangem will be listing the layer 2 soon enough as well. And maybe some other big stuff coming as well. Again, Tangem, I believe, is probably the strongest and best cold storage in this space. And that's not because I like Kaspa. I do think it's one of the strongest ones anyways. You obviously got one key, you got Ledger as well, but I do think Tangem's the best one. And them being the strongest one and endorsing Kaspa, I think it's just a perfect unison, if you will. Cold storage, perfect cold storage wallet, combined with the perfect decentralized, scalable, proof of work, fair launch asset in this space, like Batman and Robin, I'd say. Now we've got some other posts here as well, some other big updates that we'll get to in a moment. Before we do, let me get some more questions real quickly. Gosu saying here, what is the news about UK willing to block by law hardware wallets? I haven't heard that. First I'm hearing about it. If that's true, then that is scary. And I will be out of the country the moment that happens. I can promise you that much now, because I'm not having my safe assets also made illegal. Like, that's ridiculous. I've not heard about that. I'm also not surprised that happens though, because UK right now are going down UK are more so aligning with EU, which is just complete restriction, whereas US is being a lot more free, as should be. So I don't know if that's true. If that is the case, Gosu, please link that to me in Discord and I will have a look through it. But that's terrifying if that is true. Welcome back, Falco, brother. You're doing very, very well, my man. Wing Hong asks here, why does European Central Bank, Euro organizations all have villain-looking leaders? Great question, honestly. Very great question. I can't answer that. Christine Lagarde, yeah. you could say that much about her. UK is becoming communist, fast, stop voting Labour. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily Labour's fault. I think it's just I think the current stage of the world in the fourth turning we're in is no longer a case of right versus left. It's a case of elites versus everybody else. That's what I believe. That's as much I'm going to touch on actual political talk. But Tories were terrible in the UK. They were terrible. We had COVID, we had Brexit, that all came under them, and that ruined this country. Labour made things worse since they got in power as well. And then you've got Nigel Farage, who's also on the up and up, and I'm worried about him, if I'm honest. I think at this point it's just the elites versus the retail, the rest of us. Once the fourth term is come and gone, you hopefully see things better in our favour. But I don't think it's a case of Labour. I think it's just every politician is. The problem is, if I had a choice, actually, I'd vote something like Green Party, honestly. But they're never going to win, so why would I do that? UK is no more. All right, well, let's not talk that much about this on stream, please. What's T1? It stands for Tier 1. So, like, Tier 1 exchange. So, T1 is kind of a representation of the top exchanges here. So, Binance, technically speaking, we don't see Bybit as a Tier 1. I don't know why, because it is the second biggest. But you've got Binance, Bybit, Coinbase as a Tier 1, OKX Tier 1, BitGet technically is a Tier 1, but we don't say it is either. Gate and Mexi aren't. Yeah, the listing for Tier 1s is a bit of a skewed listing, because I don't actually fully understand how the listings of Tier 1s are given. I know Binance and Coinbase are Tier 1s and in their own categories in a sense. Bybit and BitGet are, but they're not as closely associated. You've got OKX as Tier 1. Kraken and Crypto.com are Tier 1s, but they're a lot lower down the rankings. HTX is Tier 1. KuCoin, Mexi, and Gate are actually Tier 2s. So yeah, I don't know exactly what constitutes the listing. I'm going to try to find out the exact reason for it. Gemini is also a Tier 1 apparently, but that is much smaller comparatively as well to other exchanges. But yeah, T1 stands for Tier 1, so like the best exchange basically. Tier 1 just basically means you're the best exchange. That's what it's meant to mean. I'm just seeing what's happening right now. Oh, yeah, so in regards to the question of in regards to the question of Wing Hong asking when Cap does not make it, and I said, who knows? Krypton is saying it's impossible, it doesn't make it. And I'll be saying here 200 million transactions times 0.01 in regards to the fees. Miners can split $2 million a day in the future. Marathon playing the long game. Yeah, Marathon Digital Holdings know what's coming to Kaspa. The fee structure is getting revised a little bit right now, and you might see some better things coming out. Some Polinsky did mention the RBF needs to be revised a little bit. We've got time in that regard. But even now, I still think right now things are okay. You know, we've still got time, and if Kaspa does get widely adopted, which we believe it will do, then yes, the fees will be coming through and Kaspa will be very sustainable. So the tier 1 that seemed to list it was seemingly Crypto.com. In accordance to this post, this video here, which again is being re-linked in my community, so you can watch that there. In accordance to KE Crypto, who got this post from, who is it from? And he got it in a Telegram, from the looks of things. So someone sent to him on Telegram. But it's in this post here as well. Where is it? Can you just? Oh my gosh! In this post here, so it's from Joe Wong. Apparently, yeah, Crypto.com now allows you to buy Kaspa with a credit card. You can't trade it, but you can buy with a credit card. So that is quite a big deal. I made a post about it in Discord. If Kaspa runs only 50% of the world transaction, it amounts to 2 to 3 billion transactions a day. Miners will be making hundreds of millions a year. Yeah, I'm seeing that post with the AI thing as well. Yeah, great rundown, honestly. Kaspa is a gem of the cycle. This big dog. The big dogs know something we don't and want it cheap to accumulate more. Stay steady, my friend. I believe so as well. Yeah, the gem. Yeah, the gem. I do agree. Kaspa is, and again, the technology front, it's fundamentally the strongest in the space. And you're seeing more and more eyes starting to come towards Kaspa, from Nick Szabo to Da Vinci Jeremy to, you know, other notable names who are starting to look more towards Kaspa as well, taking an interest in it, from big KOLs as well. So Kaspa is, while very undervalued, it's because a lot of people now are taking eyes at Kaspa now when it's undervalued. They're like, okay, it's undervalued, but it looks so good, so why is it undervalued now? Oh, I'm going to get some now when it's cheap. Because see it as something that's worth taking a bargain on now. Most of us who have been here for all this time, we're exhausted. People who are getting in here, people who are getting in here right now, the new one, they're excited. Because they see Kaspa as a very, very unique, speculative, but strong, fundamentally strong asset that should be a lot higher in value. People getting in here are excited. People who got in here and went down here, we're frustrated and we're exhausted. But those who are getting in here now, they are very excited and looking forward to what Kaspa can make them in terms of gains. I mean, there's probably a load of documentary and horror stories out there about that, but again, I not confirm it either. Because they don't run on Kaspa Rails, the blockchain, they run on Can't Keep Up. Yeah, pretty much. You're seeing the likes of Mexi go down. You're seeing BitGet go down. There's been Bybit going down. There's been Uphold going down. Pretty much every exchange has struggled and gone down because they don't run on Kaspa. And even saying that, Kraken went down as well, or had issues. They didn't go down. They suspended withdrawals. Or they had issues. It's because the API is not without giving. They're not. If the API is not what's what I'm looking for? Configured correctly, if that even makes sense. That's what it is. Eventually, the website couldn't keep up. Welcome back, Double D, bro. You're doing very, very well, my man. Oh, you speak Korean. Oh, is that so? Okay, well, I'll play it out right now so you guys can try and make it out. Although Nicholas did highlight what it means now, so you can, as long as you're not, yeah, you can just say what it means now. But we'll play it out real quickly then, I guess.
帮我投票，所以我进了这个决赛。KASPA 是不是？对，我们的币叫 KAS， 然后火币友善合约。是。然后现在就是努力想上现货。好。
There you go. Just so you guys can and girls can hear what was said and try and make it out if you want to. You speak manager Chinese, but I think she's asking just about talk about Kaspa. Yeah, I mean that's the translation here from Nicholas Sismo. But he's just saying, yeah, she mentioned thanks everyone, mentioned the finals, Kaspa is our coin, then hobby smart contracts, and now we're looking hard to get a spot listing. So that's, you know, good stuff. What's up, Nadar, bro? You're doing very well. Are we at $1 yet? You know we're not. Hopefully soon, as I can always say. Gold soon 4K. Yeah, soon 4K is absolutely insane, honestly. Absolutely insane. So looking forward to again, the continued rise of gold, Bitcoin, crypto, and Kaspa as well. Jay, in your group, people were saying that now it's a huge majority of the early buyers of Kaspa have sold. And there's a nice floor for the next move up. I mean, a lot of people right now have sold Kaspa. We saw CG announce that he's sold 5% of his allocation in Kaspa as well, because he wants to diversify out to other picks, which is fine. A lot of people right now are selling more and more and more, which just means, but you're seeing more people selling right now, but Kaspa's holding this level very, very strong right now. Again, it depends on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin comes crashing down for whatever reason, God forbid, then Kaspa will probably come down with it, but there's definitely the floor right now of sorts for Kaspa. So if that's the case, therefore, then Kaspa, again, as Kathy Wood said, the bears are trying to win right now. The bears can't win. The only way is up. So if the bears can't win and push it down, which right now we're rejecting them, then Kaspa's only going to go up. And the longer the base, which the base has been down here for almost 2 years now, technically, below 20 cents has been over we've been around this region for 2 years. Or if you're taking it from below, 12 cents here, it's been about 10 months. It's been 10 months or so since we've been under here, or 8 months or so, but a year and 3 months in this whole region here, 10 months in this region here, and then like 2 years in this region here. But longer the base, bigger the breakout. If we can't go below, which I don't think we will, then Kaspa is going to go up and it's going to be explosive, because it has been chopping this way for quite some time. This is the copium I need for real, no cap. I'm glad, mate. I'm glad you enjoy the content still. Ginger's camping, pretty much. Welcome back, man. Just joined evening, fellas. Good evening to you too, Black Bro. You're doing very, very well, my man. That's Chinese though. Is it Chinese? I'm fairly sure it was Korean. Again, maybe I'm mistaken. Let me double check. I can roughly tell the difference between the sound of Japanese, Chinese, and Korean, but I don't speak the language. That is definitely yeah, no, that's Chinese. I apologize. That is Chinese. Sorry, I thought that was Korean. That is Chinese. I heard that now. Yep, that is Chinese. Apologies for that. And yes, Crypt20, thank you very much for popping the links in the channel. If you want to find out more and level up your trading game, you can check out the affiliate link down below to BYDFI, a no KYC, no VPN regulated exchange, where if you join, check out the links in my free Discord server as well. You can get many discounts and many benefits, like 70% discount on all trading fees, alongside a 1 month free trial to the Corn Factory executives, 15% first deposit cashback, and much more. And they do currently have a Kaspa campaign going, but it ends in 3 days by chance to $30,000 in Kaspa as well. So links are now in the chat, courtesy of Cryptoni. BYDFI, definitely go check them out. You get many benefits, and again, that free trial to Coin Factory, the VIP, is definitely a key part for me as well. You can get the Discord. Yep, free Discord channel is also available there as well. And equally, the executive, you can get a 7-day free trial as well. I will be announcing this now that there will be a promo code going out soon enough, I believe, where we might give a discount as well on top of that. So stay tuned to that. You can get many benefits and learn a lot more. And again, premium insights into crypto and what's coming to the space in here as well. So make sure you stay tuned and check all that stuff out. And also, yes, Twitter as well. Absolutely. Twitter is probably the best platform, arguably there, or Discord, for reaching out to me as well. Is mainland Mandarin the language? Okay, yeah. Once I actually listened to it, I realized, because I do have some friends who can speak Mandarin. So once I heard that, I was like, okay, yeah. Me, myself, I listen to occasional K-dramas, occasional anime when I can be bothered. And I have downtime, which is very rare, but when I do, so I can differentiate between Chinese, Korean, and Japanese. I don't know what they're saying, really, apart from like some occasional words, which I'm not going to say on stream. Maybe for a later date. Maybe when I go phase cam, I might do it. Which actually, I will make an announcement now. Why not? I will be planning to do phase cam at some point before the end of the month. There you go. I will be putting face cam on for the foreseeable future. I'll be doing that at some point for the end of the month. The reason why is because I'm going to be attending the London event where Sompoly's going to be in December. And I figured, well, if I'm going to be attending that event and I'll be, kind of going there for Kaspa, I want people to at least know who QC is. So I'm not going to be just like, oh yeah, hi. And like, who are you? Oh, I'm this guy. So people actually know my face. So by the end of the month, I'll have face cam on, and then you can see the face behind the voice that you all love so much. Close your eyes, buy at any dip, and leave it for the bear market. Kaspa will run when others will go back down. Lesson learned from Bitcoin at 15k, ETH on 300, do not buy. Not make the same mistake. I mean, yeah, definitely. Don't make the same mistake again. Bitcoin and ETH ran like crazy. Kaspa will do the same thing when the time is right. QC can't tell Chinese from Korean. Nope. Don't spread lies, Mr. Miles. Don't spread lies. Came in late. What's the news with Kaspa and credit cards? How does exchange added Kaspa? Yeah, so it looks like Crypto.com has added Kaspa with the ability to buy on credit cards. You can't trade Kaspa on Crypto.com, but you can buy the credit card at the very least. So again, that's normally a stepping stone towards a spot trading pair happening in the not too distant future. Either. So you'll be seeing hopefully a Crypto.com listing for Kaspa. I'd imagine for the end of the year. Will you? No, I will not be. No, Wing Hong, I won't. I'll be wearing probably a cap at all times. Probably dressed up in something relatively, I'm not going to say fancy because it's just sitting behind a screen, but I do take this relatively seriously when Miss Master's not trying to bully me and take the piss. So I'll, just be dressed up as well. Maybe I'll start wearing really ugly shirts as well. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I know the big reveal will be coming soon enough. So that'll be something. That will be something. I want to make sure I actually have a webcam. I just never turned it on. But the webcam is an Orky, and it's very it's a great camera actually when I have used it for other necessary face required meetings and whatnot. But it's just so far out, and I just want to try and figure out the background in my room because I don't think the background is just. It's a very fish lens camera basically. So either I've got to get a new camera or I just got to find. Maybe I'll just put a background one of those green screen backgrounds instead, so I haven't got to focus on this behind me all the time. But we'll see. I'll figure something out, I'm sure. Face cam, yeah. Maybe that's gonna be the thing, because ever since I started doing these streams, Kaspa's been going down. Maybe when I start going face cam, that's when Kaspa's gonna start going up again. Maybe it's gonna be just me putting my face on the internet that's gonna actually make Kaspa go up again. Who knows? But yeah, I figured I'd just do it because if I'm gonna be starting to attend Kaspa events, at least I want to make sure I can connect people properly, So thank you very much, man. I know, crazy stuff indeed. Can't tell if Scottish English is English. No, it's not. It's absolutely not. Scottish English is if it's proper Scottish English, it's really hard to understand. It's so hard to understand. It's very close to Liverpool as well, actually, and Liverpool accent is also very interesting. Facecam, hope you're not ginger or I have to unsubscribe. Well, I can guarantee you I'm not ginger. Although, no offense to anyone who is ginger. Prepare for QC to lose all his stuff at the end of the month. Honestly, it's going to be a terrible, terrible day. I only speak North Korean. Oh, well, that's crazy. Bizzle. Well, there you go. At least you heard the, not even Korean, the Mandarin. Use Cassia in UK. Yeah, I know Cassia. I think it's available now to use in the UK. I think it's probably worthwhile looking into that. To what's happening right now. So before we get to more of the questions, though, let's get into the content right now. The last bits of content right now, so we can see here. Kaspa Onion made a post here, which I think is a very big post. Why nobody's really talking about this is quite crazy, because we saw just recently the Kaspa file storage had launched apparently, which is really big news, really big indeed. Kaspa Layer 1 service that writes data to the transaction a TX payload. The upload fee is only the miner's reward. Downloading is free. All data can be downloaded to the archive node api.cas or CasFi, which is really cool stuff. You can see this all how it works right now. So it means that even file storage is going to be secure as well, which is something that I think we could all appreciate, keeping our stuff secure and online. But you can see here, no one's talking about it enough, because this is project here, Arweave, which is a 400 mil market cap, but its whole protocol, its whole business plan is about being a permanent file storage. But Kaspa's done that while being decentralized, a decentralized Dropbox, as opposed to what Arweave is, which is centralized. Arweave already does that, but is a VC owned, and it's an isolated chain with no other utility value. Kaspa just launched that while still having the ability to be a sound money, peer-to-peer messaging, and so much more. This is again why Kaspa, in our belief, will take over the whole space, because it can do more than just being a medium of exchange, sound money. It can also end up being a place for decentralized messaging, decentralized file storage, probably even gaming in the future as well. Who knows? Kaspa has so many avenues to get into, so many opportunities as well. So this is one very big milestone or big development, if you will. That's not this is not the sound that Kaspa did nuke it to do that, you know, but Kaspa's release of this now does effectively make we're redundant now, in all honesty. And in other news as well, we're seeing that Kaspa Tap to Pay is now seemingly coming out as well. A new infrastructure held up to the highest TPS conditions, smooth and fast. This foundation of broad adoption. We can see here Tap to Pay is coming out, courtesy of KNexus, which again, make sure you do your own research, because nothing against them. I've not seen much about them. That's the first I've heard about them. So just make sure you're not going to end up going into a proper fi, proper fi or change finance other scenario again. But still, more building coming on Kaspa is quite a big step. So it's great to see all around. And more building coming to Kaspa, again, 1/3 complete of the project, as Son Polinsky said. So we've got a lot more to come. Soon enough, the price is not a reflection of the fundamentals that's growing more and more. And tier ones are now starting to take an increasing interest in Kaspa as well. HTX, Binance, Crypto.com, and the rest as well. Kaspa, waiting if Kaspa retraces to 0.05. I would be surprised, to be honest. I think Kaspa's bottom is probably here, which here was at 0.05, and then here was 0.6. I think this long triangle wedge is a good representation of Kaspa's bottom. So that in that regard, therefore, Kaspa should not fall below 6.5 in the worst case. Again, that's not guaranteed, not financial advice as well. But I doubt we'll see Kaspa go below. I don't think we'll see Kaspa go as low as 5 cents again. If Bitcoin comes crashing down, for whatever reason, down below these levels here, then maybe. But I don't think Bitcoin's doing that anymore either. Government shutdown being here, I think Bitcoin's in a gradual but definitive uptrend now. Market's back on. Kaspa therefore start rallying soon enough as well. But Kaspa will do well, in my belief. And you want to take it at 20 cents, and by me, go for it. Are you a guy or a girl? I'd hope you'll be able to tell from my voice that I am a guy. But you'll see when the time comes. You better make a notification both post before this is going to be filled live stream. I mean, yeah, if I say, oh yeah, don't get me wrong, I'll probably end up putting the title whatever and then put in bracket at the end, face cam reveal or face reveal, something like that. So we'll see. And I'll get probably the most amount of views ever. People just joining us like, oh, that's what he looks like. Oh, he's ugly, and just leaving. That's probably what's going to happen. It's like, oh my God, QC's finally going live face cam. Let's see what he looks like. Oh, this guy's ugly. Let's go. Unsubscribe. It's going to be something like that. I guarantee it. Great news. No price change for Kaspa. 100%. No price change at all. I think Gemma's Mexican. I'm also not Mexican. You'll see soon enough. Same thing with Filecoin. In that regard to, if we talk about this, and yeah, I mean, yeah. Kaspa's going to make many, many projects redundant, no doubt. That's also, I mean, I imagine that's probably true as well. Mexican's not liking beans on toast. Yeah, I'm definitely a Brit. Kaspa is going to be the rails for the entire world. Every other token will be useless. It's also possible as well. I mean, it makes sense, right? Whether it does get adopted or not, it depends on the suppression, if Kaspa can get suppressed enough. But I do think Kaspa will prevail regardless. And tier ones know it, exactly. Tier ones, I think, know it as well. I know Facecam reveal is going to be a crazy, crazy time. The whole solar system can run on Kaspa. I mean, with a node going up into space, courtesy of KRI, with, what's it called? Coney. Yeah, Coney, then yeah, probably. The community needs to start using Kaspa as currency. That's the best use case for layer 1. If you own a store or something, someone that doesn't encourage Kaspa, every little helps. I mean, we're seeing more and more Kaspa being used right now, more stores accepting Kaspa as well. So it's still early stage adoption. I agree with you, very much so, Rizzle. I'm sure that'll become a thing in the future. It's just very early right now, so it's tough to really put it into practice. Kaspa's holding better than every other alt in this recent minor dip. It's barely down more than Bitcoin. Yeah. Although I haven't really isolated that point too much, because there have been other times when Kaspa's been the early asset going down when everything was pumping. So it's like doing well today, fantastic. It's not always the case though. You know, of course you want to take your wins, but you know, I don't want to make it sound like Kaspa's the only asset doing well or doing okay in respect of that. But who knows? Jay eats beans on toast. Unsubscribe. Oh, there you go. How do you not know about this? Although saying that, I've not had beans on toast in a while. I've been having just like egg on toast recently. Scrambled egg on toast or bacon egg sarnie. Please be dressed as King George III on your face reveal. You're actually giving me bad ideas. Low-key, I'm thinking about just getting like a queen, like a King George or something, like face mask and then taking it off for the stream. Nah, I'm not. That's so much effort. I don't know. It sounds stupid. You know what? I think the face reveal is going to be a generic face reveal. You know, I'm not going to make it cool or anything like that. I'll probably just go into my live stream and then I'll turn on the face cam midstream. But then when there's a big event, you know, like again, Kaspas are passing all-time highs. If it reaches $1, all that sort of stuff, then I'll start taking some requests potentially. Although Mr. Mars requests scare me, so let's get someone else to make requests, please. How would local merchants know how to accept Kaspa? They'd have to reach out to necessary parties. I'm sure Wolfie would have an idea in that regard. And I'm talking about Kaspa Hype Man, but also Wolfie actually, who has the Wolfie token, but also knows as well because he actually accepts Kaspa as well. There will definitely be people to reach out to know how to do that. I don't, because I don't have that, but I also could find out soon enough as well. What's an API? API stands for application programming interface, I believe. Let me just double check. Yes, application programming interface. In short, what it basically is API is a set of tools, or even protocols that allows different software applications, like crypto wallets, like exchanges, like decentralized applications, to communicate with Kaspa or Kasplex. So the API of Tangem, so the crypto wallet exchange Tangem, struggled to communicate with Kaspa because there was so much stress happening on it. Same thing with MEXC, same thing with BitGet and every other exchange, and even Kasplex. The API of Kasplex, Tangem, and the exchanges, they struggled to communicate with Kaspa because there was too much transactions going on. So their API was not up to code, basically. That's basically what happened. 100% no red coat costume. I don't know if I can remain here. Yeah, that red coat costume would be a thing if Kaspa makes some insane, price this cycle. I'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Maybe. Yeah, there you go. Will someone buy me a pizza for 10 Kaspa? No, not repeating the Bitcoin mistake. Hell no. On the website, it does explain how to take Kaspa payment. Yeah, we get it. You can find, there definitely means to find out how. And I'm sure they'll be available, and the links to stuff in my community as well, so you can find out in there as well. Again, just check out the Fee community, link in the Fee Discord server, anything linked down below in the description on my homepage here as well. All available right there. And again, if you want to level up and get even more premium insights, level up your trading game and investment knowledge, to check out the VIP as well. People who have been a part of it have been happy with it, and they enjoy what we provide in there as well. And we want to let the content speak for itself. I try to provide a lot more in there as well, be it trade alerts, be it executive insights from alpha documents and institutions as well. Links are down below in the description. Again, check that out, and also available on my homepage as well. So all links are there readily for you to check out. But that being said, though, family, that does actually conclude today's Kaspa Crypto live stream. Hopefully you enjoyed today's content. I think what everyone needs to get used to is using Kaspa. You have to get a bag and a hold. I want it to use, pretty much. Have a bag that you're going to just hold and have some Kaspa you're going to use, whether it be for trading or for other purposes. Just try and use Kaspa if you can. Of course, not financial advice. You do as you will. I am going to start doing some myself, though, because I want to get used to it as well as a form of money as well, and just to also contribute as well to the transactions of the protocol. But yes, if you enjoyed, leave a like, family, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. And turn on the post notification bell again to stay tuned to everything coming out. I'll be in El Salvador in November, December. I'll wear a big Kaspa shirt and bring awareness to people in El Salvador. I'll be going to Surf City 1 or 2, where Bitcoin was used, and show the big green K. Big up to you, Jose. Love that, brother. Keep spreading the awareness of Kaspa. But yes, thank you all for watching once more. Have a great day, good evening, good night. Check out the links in the description regarding BYDFI, VIP, or just the free server as well. And yeah, have a great day, good evening, and good night. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care now.